Expect to hear a lot of Hey Race Johnny in Tallahassee in the coming days. That was the call from Jeff Culhane, the radio voice for Florida State Athletics, on the game-winning touchdown reception by Johnny Wilson against Louisville. Expect the internet memes replacing the famous line from Stanley Kubrick's 1980 film The Shining to be feature Florida State wide receiver. It almost did not matter who the Florida State quarterback happened to be Friday. No matter who was behind center, it was the Johnny Wilson show at Cardinal Stadium. Wilson, a redshirt sophomore transfer from Arizona State, began putting his stamp on Friday's 35-31 stunning victory over Louisville from the onset in Louisville, Kentucky. When starting quarterback Jordan Travis suffered a game-ending injury, backup Tate Rodemaker came in and Wilson picked up where he left off. Stunning victory, Florida State football, Tate Rodemaker, Johnny Wilson lead Seminoles to victory over Louisville, 5 takeaways more with less. Florida State football's win over Louisville proves Mike Norvell can do more with less. FSU-Louisville stats package. Florida State moves to 3-0, beats Louisville, 35-31. Johnny Wilson is now up to 7/149/2. Very impressive concentration on his TD catch here. And a great throw from Tate Rodemaker. Wilson finished the day with 7 catches for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. A 2-yard fade pass to the back of the end zone sealed the game for the Seminoles, 3-0, 1-0 ACC, over the Cardinals, 1-2, 0-2. I just knew fade, Wilson said. If I don't catch it, nobody will catch it. I knew he was going to throw it to me, and that was my opportunity to make a play. Wilson also caught a 69-yard pass, which set up a 10-yard TD reception for him earlier in the fourth quarter. The long connection with Rodemaker came one play after a big sack and injury to left tackle Robert Scott Jr. It is the longest passing play on the season for the Seminoles. According to Pro Football Focus, Wilson earned a 95 overall grade for Friday's performance. Through Friday, that was the 5th best grade handed out this season. We go against Johnny every day, and practice, FSU cornerback Kevin Knowles II said. Coming into Friday, Wilson had 4 catches for 111 yards. Through 3 games, he is sitting at 11 receptions for 260 yards and the 2 touchdowns. His PFF grade, 86.4, ranks no. 7 in the FBS and trails teammate Ontaria Pokey Wilson, 86.6. Wilson has stepped up big time for a program that hasn't had a 400-yard receiver since Tamorrion Terry, 1,188 yards, in 2019. He's done it every single day in practice, Rodemaker said. He's showing that he's probably the best in the country. I'm glad he got to put it on display. Entering the Louisville contest, Wilson had a career 18 receptions for 253 yards and a touchdown across 2 seasons with the Sun Devils. Honestly, for me, it's been about sticking to the process, Wilson said. My first 2 years weren't the best for me personally. Just coming here and being able to get into an opportunity to showcase what I have to offer to a team and to be able to be a part of something bigger than just myself. Coming in here, it was just do your job. That's all, Coach. FSU head coach Mike Norvell preaches. Be you and do your job, and everything will take care of itself for me. When a play is called, it'll do my job. If the ball is coming to me, make the play. I've been focused on football, limiting distractions, and just trying to get better every day. 2 days before Christmas, Norvell and his coaching staff received an early gift when the 6'7" receiver announced his intent to transfer to FSU. Johnny has been incredible, Norvell said. Just his growth from spring practice to this fall. We believe that we got a special player there. He sees them all, with his size and his speed and going in and attacking the ball. That was really an impressive performance. Don't expect the success to go to Wilson's head anytime soon. It definitely feels good, but the thing about football is there's always next week, he said. I like to stay humble, just never get too comfortable, because I have to do the same thing next week. It's a good step in the right direction though. E.J. Manuel Podcast, former Florida State QB E.J. Manuel on Louisville, Jordan Travis, and more. Podcast. Johnny Wilson wasn't the only receiver to contribute Friday. Sophomore Malik McClain hauled in 2 catches for 24 yards and a touchdown. His score came on a 21-yard pass by Travis, where McClain tight roped the sidelines to get 1 foot in to score. McClain entered the game with just 1 catch. Sophomore tight end Peyton Daniel caught a 2-yard touchdown pass from Travis to open the scoring in the first quarter. Redshirt senior Cameron McDonald added 2 catches for 45 yards, and Ontaria Wilson, who was the hero in Week 1 against LSU, finished with 2 catches for 38 yards. I wasn't here last year, obviously, so I don't know how practices and games went, Johnny Wilson said. But being here this year, everyone has been really focused on one goal. We all have a main goal in sight, and everyone just knows to do your job, win your matchup. I try to tell everyone to put it in their head, you can't be stopped. Dominate, you can't be stopped. Whenever you line up, tell yourself I can't be stopped. Just seeing the growth from everyone in the room has been phenomenal. We have some great dudes. Louisville on Rodemaker. Hey race, what Louisville thought of Rodemaker, FSU's second half adjustments that led to win analytics back up 3-0 start through 3 games. Florida State is ranked 5th nationally by PFF with an overall grade of 93.9. That's 1 spot ahead of defending national champion Georgia through Friday night's games. The Seminoles have graded out at 89.8 offensively, the second best grade in FBS. The defense and its 84.2 grade come in at no. Friday wasn't about Louisville. The last couple of weeks weren't about LSU, it wasn't about anyone else, Norvell said. What I care about is Florida State football, and the young men I get to coach can go out there every day and put their best foot forward. And when they get knocked down and have a bad moment, how they get up and how they respond. Travis' 92.1 offensive grade is 6th, and his 92.4 per grade is 5th in FBS. Rodemaker earned grades of 76.9 overall and 75.5 passing against Louisville. This article originally appeared on Tallahassee Democrat. Seminole football. Welcome to the Johnny Wilson Show.